I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of video of driving, but this exploring and looking for some campgrounds in the Gwinn area. I'll try to show you mostly that, not a lot of the beautiful countryside, which I've shown many times in the U. So heading north on M35, we're about to turn west onto Little Lake Road and get to the first campground we're gonna see today. There's a sign for camping, a boat ramp, and everything. This video is actually from a long time ago. I'm back in Ohio now, but I'm planning a fall trip, so I'm going to include the videos from this point with the new videos in fall. We're arriving at Little Lake. We'll get out here and take some pictures. This video is going to be about 6 different campsites in the Yup and also a pasty. Little Lake State Campground. So if you're looking for a place to camp in the Yup, this might be a nice one. It's small, most of it is rustic. There's about 16 sites and a nice little lake that you might enjoy. And this is Little Lake. Doesn't look too bad at all. Looked kind of empty for a Friday. I think it's Friday. But there were some signs on, some stickers on. But so this is a look at Little Lake. As you can see, it's a pretty lake. It's a little, but it's very nice. And here's some information off the board when you were to check in. Great rates and information about the place. All right, I got out and took pictures. And now we're gonna drive around the campground and you'll see a little bit of it. And we're gonna head to the next one. Number 5 looked like a good campsite right by the lake. So here's just driving. I sped it up about 2-3 times normal speed, but I hope and my intention is that you can still get a good look at the place and see what it's like. I go on too long sometimes, but I like to show the whole place so you can get an idea if this is a place for you. Now I say everybody should go to the UP, but I want to modify that sometimes and say it's just too crowded, stay away. Stay away, you don't want to come up here. It's a nice little hidden spot, the UP. It's wonderful. So it's tough to keep talking as we're driving through this, but I'll do my best because not anybody wants to hear music right now. But as you can see, this is the beauty of what the UP is like. Nice small campgrounds a lot of times where you can get a feeling of privacy and nature. Yeah, you could fit some bigger RVs in here. For a little campground, that's convenient. Okay, now we're going to turn left onto Little Lake Road. They've been telling us for a long time to do that. And show you the next place when we get to the next place. Okay, this is a gas station in Little Lake, which is just outside of Gwinn, Michigan. And they have something here that are said to be really good. Pasties. It'll be later on that I eat it. We had been told, or I hadn't been told, I was told that somebody else was told that these are good pasties. So when we get to the next place, I'm going to eat it. I believe it's called Brown's, but the sign looks a little old. It's right off of M35 and Little Lake. And what else? There's a sign for a Full Throttle Cafe, or the Throttle Bar and Grill. So I'm not sure what it's called, but the old sign I showed you. So on to the next place and a little pasty eating. Welcome to Gwinn. Gwinn, years ago, there was an Air Force base here. I think Sawyer, K.I. Sawyer. I believe it's closed down now. I don't really know too much about Gwinn. I've been by it before, and we'll see a little bit later. That's where we're heading to, Farquhar Mesa Gwinn Tourist Park. Gwynn's not a very big town, and again, it's kind of in central UP, a little bit south of Marquette, and very rural, very wooded, very beautiful. Check out this little park. Maybe eat a pasty here real quick. Probably not all of it because the pasty's huge. I'll show you the pasty. My first pasty back in the UP is not from G&K's. Again, a nice little park in the town. It's got a pavilion you can look at, a covered bridge, and a little creek running through it. So it's definitely worth checking out. but this is where I'm going to sit down and eat a pasty and tell you about it. All right, pasty flyover. This was the smaller one. It's pretty massive. It's different than others I've seen. We'll see how it tastes. Okay, I didn't take the first bite. I'm taking the second bite. I was told it was good. We'll see. Oh, that is good. I looked at the crust a little bit. I thought it might be a little overdone, but it's nice and peppery. That's very good. I like that. I like that quite a bit. It's not as pretty as some of the other ones, but that tastes very good. So if you're around Gwinn, Brown's, that little place, has some good pasties. Oh, something else I was reminded. I got excited because it also said koodagees, but they have the koodagee meat, not a prepared sandwich. I would have been in a lot of trouble deciding which to get because I'm now a huge koodagee fan. Okay, now I'm going to eat the rest of this, and I'll show you more campground stuff. Okay, I'm back. I told you I wasn't going to do any more, but I'm going to eat about half of this, and I just wanted to say, this is really good. I looked at it at first, I was like, I don't know. This is really good. I like the pepper. It's nice and moist. Don't even need the ketchup. Very good pasty. I'll give G&K's the edge, but this is not a bad... This is... I'd almost say this might be like the spiciest or the most seasoned pasty I've had. So again, I would suggest if you're in the area, this gives my thumbs up. Great and wonderful day. More campgrounds. All right, we're turning onto Iron Street, which is going to get us right there. It looks like across the road. This is another one of those county or town campgrounds. Gwinn Tourist Park. I gotta say, my first impression wasn't all that great of this place, but it's not bad. It is what it is. It was really just like an open field kind of thing with power, so that doesn't always interest me that much. But here's some of the information about the place. And again, I'm not downgrading it. It's just an open field, but there's things to do. Let's go check out this area. All right. Rumor has it that there's some falls around here. We're going to take that little hiking trail a little bit, see if we see some falls. Look at all the tannins in the water. We didn't really find a waterfall, but a nice little walking, hiking kind of trail. And then it's a campground, so here's a quick thing of the bathroom. I did turn the shower on, had good pressure, and the water got hot. That's as much as I can tell you about their facilities, and let's see some more of it. So this campground is what it is. It's 30 bucks a night. The grounds are nice. Little hiking trail. There's this little road. I'm going to drive up it, I guess, a little bit. I think these are tent sites. No, not necessarily. They're primitive. Well, this is nicer because the power area was kind of that. I just saw one rate, so I don't know if there's a different price for rustic. It's weird to be back someplace again where you can have fires. So in my opinion, I like the rustic area a little better, but the full hookup area is more of what you get in a small city or just a town than you do out in nature. Okay. Yeah, that's just back-to-back fields.
No shade.
No shade, but they got openings. If I wanted to see Gwynn, I would stay here. But this is this. We're going to go on to the next one. A little bit of Gwynn. Totally just scratching the surface driving through Gwynn on 35, so I can't really tell you much about the town itself, but what I saw looked pretty. Okay, next thing will be the next thing. Something that's good about being back in the U. Well, there's many things, but blue skies. It's nice to see blue skies. Everything I had seen was either overcast or smoke-covered haze. We're on M35 north still. We're getting ready in about a half a mile to turn on Horseshoe Lake Road. I'm going to go out on a limb because I didn't see the itinerary, but I bet you we're going to Horseshoe Lake. All right, here we go on to Horseshoe Lake Road. And I'm also realizing I've come to the UP a lot, obviously, but I haven't done much in the middle-ish. And there's a lot of little lakes in through here, and some of them ain't that little. That's where we're going, Bass Lake State Forest Campground. So this is going to be to Horseshoe Lake, and then there's 2 more lakes real close by we'll do. The road's a little bumpy. Take your RV slow if you're coming here. Welcome to Horseshoe Lake Campground. Slow down to 5. This may be a drive-through. Not 100% sure about. It's Passport America's welcome here for those of you that do that. Oh, the road's bad. Holy crap. Yeah, it's staying bad. I'll show you more when we get more. I've put my teeth back in. And I don't even have dentures. Dropped one of my good teeth out. Complete facilities year-round. Year-round. Get banned. All right. $200 fine and flat tires. Visitors must register. We're not visiting, we're driving through. Heard an interesting thing about this place after this day. This looks a little Deliverance here.
Look at that.
If I see a kid who's playing a banjo, we're getting the hell out of here. You're allowed to laugh. The campground had a bit of a problem. It's a pretty little lake here, though. I try not to be judgy. I'm not sure this is my kind of thing. Apparently, the state just closed this place down because they weren't following some regulations or something like that. This is an attempt at having a little gitchy.
Yeah.
I don't think they pull it off.
No.
I'm not trying to be critical. Just trying to be honest, but this place really wouldn't be on my list. Not saying it's not a good place, but first impression, not really for me. But really, don't take my word for it, because if you look around, the place was pretty full, so obviously there's a lot of people that like it here as we try to squeeze by whatever's going on here. Some trailers in here, a little bit of everything. It was just a weird kind of little place, and hopefully they get their paperwork fixed and they can open back up for people that like it. Thank you, come again. Thank you for being kind hosts, but I don't know. So that was Horseshoe Lake Campground. On we go. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. GoPros. I'll tell you what, we're taking a hard right here. And there's 2 state campgrounds, I think, right here. Pike Lake and Bass Lake. We'll go down this road. Horseshoe Lake. Not going to recommend it. Thumbs down. My opinion, didn't stay there. The people might be wonderful. About a mile ago, we saw a sign for Pike Lake. It was a boat ramp. Road looked a little sketchy, so we decided no. Bass Lake is where we're going. It's Spring Lake Road we're going to. Then turn right. Bass Lake Campground. Ah, interesting. So this is a state park. We'll show you some of this. Campsites right here when you come in. So the prices are really good, and here's a little bit more information about it. And got out and just walked around and took some pictures of the campground. Seemed to be nice. I would come back to this one after first impressions. It's not a big place, but it was very nice and give you that nature that you need. Well, that I need. Not everybody needs. Some people want to camp in a city or they want to sleep on the street, and that's all good. But when you get to the Ute, for me, it's just beautiful nature. It's just spectacular. But again, I feel guilty, so stay away from the Ute. It's too crowded. All right, did a walk of the loop, the 22 sites, threw some pictures in there. Not going to bother driving through. And we're going to leave here and go to the next place. All right, this is South Shag Lake Drive. It's a rough, gravelly road. No big holes yet. But a couple miles onto this will take us to our next destination. I hope you think this is pretty, because I do. This is pretty. Now I got jokes, so I'm saying the UP stay away, it's too crowded, and that's not true. It's just I've been coming up here 5 or 6 years now, and I'm starting to tell a big difference that it's getting more and more tourists, which can be a pain. More pretty. So sometimes I feel guilty for over publicizing. Very more pretty. Why do you go to the UP all the time? Hello. We're going to turn right onto 557.
Take the left right.
Anderson Lake, 2 miles. 2.5. 2.5. This is Anderson Lake Campground. That we got lucky to come back because it's not marked. It's a bit of a rough road to Anderson Lake Campground, so be careful. Big hole. There we go, Anderson Lake West State Campground.
All right.
So I shouldn't have to tell people that. Most people that have an RV or a van know that when you get in places like this, you got to drive slow and be careful not to mess up your rig out in the middle of nowhere where maintenance could be a big pain. But the roads are beautiful. Get off the beaten track. You find some cool stuff. Sometimes you just go slow. Oh, I see a lake. True to trees, true to trees. This is more my kind of style, a little bit more nature, a little bit more secluded. Little bitty boat ramp. All right, I'll take some pictures. There's some stuff growing, some algae. Probably good bass fishing in here. Small lake. I don't know if there's more around the bend that's going to look different. But it's a pretty little lake. Got the camp stuff. I would assume this is also $15 a night and primitive camping. Oh, there's a campsite right here. This, when I look at, there's people camping. Also, most of what I've shown you, there's no dumpsters and stuff like that. So they've all been pretty much, pack it in, pack it out kind of places, which is not a big deal, but help out and keep your place clean. There's the other loop of it. It's Friday, 4:30. We saw one person camping here on a very nice weekend. I would assume your chances of getting here are usually quite high. Which is a lot different than where I was in Washington. This is a campsite, a really nice one. That's your view right from the campsite. I would recommend that spot, but sadly, I don't remember what campsite number it was, but as I said, they didn't seem too busy. You could figure it out. And check the board. There's a hiking trail. Again, more information and great rates. There's a map for hiking. There's the trailhead. There's your water source. It took a while. Let's see if it tastes clean. Seemed perfectly okay, and it did not say that you couldn't drink it. Ooh, that's a big hole. Don't hit that. Well done, well done. Yay. All right, YouTubers, I think that's all the campgrounds for today. Hopefully, if you're looking to camp somewhere in the central part of the Upper Peninsula, this may have been helpful. Pretty much all the campgrounds that we saw today were take your trash in, take your trash out. There's no garbage, water pumps like that, and $15 a night. And no reservations, first come, first serve. Again, I hope you enjoyed. So as I said, this was like a 3.5-month trip, and I'm way behind. So there was more I did in the summer in the UP, but I'll include that when I go back in the fall. Great and wonderful day.